A long time ago, an old and apparently wise Chinese man said, "You give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, and you teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime." My name is Niels. I'm not in the training business. Together with my partner Ege Lawal, we're in the aquaculture business, fish farming, where we feed people for their lifetime. Now, I'd like to invite you on a journey. Come with me to Africa. Our first stop is Nigeria, a country with a population of 150 million people, where the staple source of protein is fish. The reported demand for fish in Nigeria is a staggering 3 million tons per annum, where local production plus imports does not even meet half of that demand. Our business model is simple. We've got a farm in Nigeria. We construct fish ponds. We buy tiny baby fish. We raise them to size of 1.3 kilos. We take them to the market and sell them for an average profit of €2 per fish. Now, in the words of a local Nigerian businessman, every fish you take to market will be sold. Right now, we're looking for an investment in a Dutch BV of €200,000. In exchange, we're willing to offer 30% equity participation. We're also looking for a partner who's passionate about Africa and who has great networks with financial institutions and/or development aid organizations. After Nigeria, our journey continues along the coast of Africa to all the way to Sierra Leone, a region that is estimated to have a population of 430 million people by 2025. I invite you to come along with us on this journey, where we'll not only create meaning, but make money. Thank you.
Who wants to start? Hank.
I'm sorry to say I'm the wrong person to pitch to, because I'm the chairman of the Dutch Vegetarian Society. I can start telling you a huge story about how fish is bad and how meat is even worse and so on. But of course, you know, the fact is that a lot of people are dependent on fish. But in reality, there are so much better alternatives. But if I start talking about that,
sure,
then that's not the right angle. I don't want to discourage your business.
Don't give the word to Henk anymore. I've read somewhere that to create 1 kilo of farm created fish, you need 2 kilo of wild fish to feed it. What's the truth about this?
That exact stat, I don't know, but what I can tell you about fish feed is, what's relevant for our business model with regards to fish feed, is that it would cost you, on average, 70 euro cents of fish feed to raise your fish to 1 kilos. All right, so that's what's relevant to me. What's also relevant to me is the fact that right now in Nigeria there are 2 new fish feed manufacturers, one that's actually partnered with a local Dutch company, and another local player in the Nigerian market. So for us, the availability of feed is there. With regards to your stat, I don't know, I can't comment, I haven't come across it.
Yeah, can you elaborate a little bit about the passion behind your idea, and why did you come up with it?
Yeah.
And why did you pick Nigeria?
Okay, fantastic. I'm South African. My business partner, Ege, is Nigerian. We're in the MBA program together here at Rotterdam School of Management. I worked a lot in Nigeria before I came and did the MBA. I worked pretty much all over sub-Saharan Africa, but I spent a lot of time in Nigeria. It's a great place with great energy. I always love speaking to Europeans who have been there. I don't know if any of you have. It's a different world. Why Nigeria? I think the whole Western African market is really set for, in terms of the African context, it's set for the next growth area. The population that's expected to be there in the next 10, 15 years, 400 odd million. And why Nigeria specifically? Because it is the biggest economy right now in that region. So we go there, we are there, we establish ourselves there, and then we can move throughout the rest of the region. And then the last reason as well, because we have the farm in Nigeria. So Ege's family has the farm. It's a commercial farm. It's running. There are pine kernel plantations there. There's a snailery there. We've constructed some fish ponds. There's water, and that's why.
Neil, I'm really impressed by your passion and the way that you talked about your business. And it really was that emotional connection that I was talking about earlier.
Thanks.
Another plane. I just wondered whether you'd investigated any joint ventures to try and launch this. You've asked for a big lump of money. Is there a smarter way? Is there someone you can do this in partnership with that is going to give you the springboard momentum to get it to market, to get it launched a lot faster?
Yeah, so there's originally was a South African-based company, Aquaculture Africa. They're more of a consultancy type of setup where they really know everything there is to know about fish, and also, you know, with regards to the recirculation systems and the pumps and the things, they're specialists in that area. So we've partnered up with them. I actually know the guy from years back, and that's how I know of them. I know that they have a presence in Nigeria, and I knew that. And before we even started, my first phone call was to him. With regards to other joint ventures, other partnerships, locally there is not much. You know, you have a lot of small local players. There are those guys. Really, housewives who have a small little pond at the back of the house, and they take some fish to market every other day. Those kind of small players. There's nothing of size to partner locally. There's, however, some great Dutch companies who are already active there. So in terms of partnership with them, you know, they probably view us at this stage as competition. So, yeah.
Well, I have another question, because I believe your passion, and you're talking with a lot of passion about your plans. But again, you said you are an MBA student, huh?
That's right.
Almost finished or not?
That's right.
Yeah, right. Okay. So if you then look at the financial projections, it's a one-pager.
Yeah.
And I cannot believe that this is the, say, level of an MBA student.
That's a summary. If you want the if you want the model, we could talk about that afterwards.
Yeah.
That's a very conservative model and estimate. Fair enough. It's not a technology-driven business where you can get a hockey stick.
No, but if you talk about investments, you talk about how much turnover there will be, how much cost. You only have an EBIT. You're not saying anything about liquidity or for the cash flow you need. So it makes it very hard to judge whether this is an...
Sorry, I did not get that.
Okay. Well, it's...
Just wait, maybe.
Sorry, but I think you should get back together for more figures.
Yeah, but it's a little bit minimal again.
It's a one-page summary. I thought for the purposes of that, we'd put the important stuff on there. Yeah, it's not the full.
For the purpose of getting his money, you probably need more.
Definitely.
What did you and X